want to talk about last night? Why? It won't make any difference. Give me a try. It all started when my friend Carly found an old disc about camping. You know, the real stuff, about the real land. The disc talked about the camping fire and sing-around songs. We borrowed a crawler and drove out to one of the remote generator buildings. We couldn't light a fire, but we plugged a crawler heater into one of the battery outlets and got close to keep warm. I'm freezing. Whose idea was this? Yours? Power drain? I remember thinking how much I liked being there, away from the colony and the machines. Just me and my friends. What else did they do on the disc, Carly? They burned rations over a fire, which seemed kind of dumb. And sometimes they told stories. Scary stories. Carly went first. It was something about vampires, witches, and monsters. I knew it was straight out of the disc library, but it didn't matter. With the wind and the rain and the hum of the heater, it was as scary as any video. And then he drank all of her blood. God, I hate vampires. Shh. About then, the heater stopped working. Maybe it was a short. Everything turned cold and blue and I started to shiver. Your turn, Newt. What's the scariest thing you ever saw? No, I want to go back. It was your idea, Newt. Don't chicken out now. I knew if I didn't tell, they'd never go back. Okay. I know a story about a real scary witch. A witch? Don't be stupid. You know something scarier than that. Tell us. Please. Can't we go back? Tell it. I started to get mad at them, picking on me like that. All I wanted to do was go home. I decided to tell them the scariest story I knew. There are these things that live in space. They live to feed and to hate. Better, they have acid for blood and skin as hard as hull steel. You don't see them until they're right on top of you, and then all you see are the teeth, glittering like sparks as they snap. Maybe they're from another world, or maybe they just exist in the black hell of space, feeding on anything they find. That doesn't matter. Nothing matters but those teeth, snapping shut on bone and brain, tearing, cutting, crushing, but it doesn't end in death. They use what's left for breeding, burrowing into the tissue, spreading like cancer, until the parasite is whole, until the hate can build again and again and again. I don't feel so good. Mag, what's wrong? Something is... Oh God, no. I don't feel... Not again! Not again! I guess that's when you found me in the hall screaming. Newt, wake up, you're dreaming. If you're feeling better, I'll loosen the straps. You can do anything you want. It won't stop the dreams. Nothing can stop the dreams. Nothing can stop the dreams. They're all around us, man! They've got Drake and Vasquez pinned in the generator station, Hicks. Knock it off. Stick together and we'll get through this. Me and Frost will take front. Quinn, lay down some kick-ass cover. The rest of you ease around back. We're gonna outflank these mothers. Outflank these mothers. Jasper, honey, I'm gonna have the private take you to the... Don't leave me. It's going to be fine. I'll be back. Die! We get out of this, Hicks, and I'm buying you a drink. When we get out of this, you're buying me the whole damn refinery. Okay, on my count. 1, 2, 3. Frost! Vasquez, Drake. They're both dead. Something inside them. Frost? Ellis, Quinn. Give me a fix on your position. There's something damn strange and... Help me, Hicks. Don't leave me. No. Hicks, front and center. Give it a rest, Perkins. I still got 24 hours to serve on the D&D charges. As you wish, pal. Much as I'd like to slam you back for another cycle, your high-ranking friends have other plans. It's about time. I'm not safe with him in here. I don't have any high-ranking friends. He's sick, man. You don't know what he's got inside him. Sounds like you don't have any friends, period. Watch the disc and report to Colonel Stevens at 0800. Hell, maybe you can even try and look like a soldier. I'll try if you try. I knew it was a bad sign when Perkins opened the cell. I learned a long time ago, nobody gets out on a limb unless they want something. Somebody must have wanted me bad. They still call them the Coast Guard, even though the coast they're guarding is 3 or 4 billion miles out in space. It was a lot cheaper to abandon a ship than retrofit and refuel, especially the old-style nuclear jobs. A lot of the industrials just dump them in the decaying orbit, waiting for gravity and the atmosphere burn-up to solve their problem. That worked until one of the flamers crashed half intact near a coffee plantation on the island of Hawaii. The radiation killed the indigenous population and made it damn near impossible to find a good cup of Kona. So now the Coast Guard tags the floaters and blasts them before they can decay into the atmosphere. Keeps the world safe and gives the guard boys something to do between poker games.
Probe's away. See that, Lyle? The door's bulging out. Like somebody's trying to blow it from the inside. Yeah. And the pilot's pod is gone too. That's crazy. That's a dry dock port. Open that in space and it's bye-bye atmosphere. 3, 2, 1. Kapow. Good shot. Take her in. Oh, Jesus. Stupid bastard wasn't even wearing a pressure suit. Like he was committing suicide. Hurry up. This thing's starting to heat up. Is that blood? I think that's blood, man. I've seen this before. It's like mega claustrophobia or something. One guy snaps and takes the rest with him. Finally got a read on the vessel. Standard Type 5, nuke engines, old style transmitter. Did a lot of deep space time. Total bucket. No wonder they ditched it. Wait a minute, I'm getting something on the motion detector. Look at those holes. What the hell does that? 3 meters and closing. We don't have time for mysteries. Hull temperature's up another 50 degrees. It's gonna start flaring any second. Back off! Back off! It's just a cargo carrier, man. We must have jolted it when we burned the airlock. Look, the manual says check for salvage. I don't see any salvage, okay? So plant the damn nukes and dust the damn thing. Wait a minute. I'm picking up something else. Right on top of the probe. The whole ship's probably crawling with automates. Come on, move it. Did we get a complete history from the onboard? I think Command's gonna want to see some hard copy on this tub. I pulled everything in the queue. I'd better do it. Because as they say down south, hasta la vista. Probe 20 meters and closing. Damn, these controls are sluggish. Yeah, that's why we still have jobs. Compensate, boy. Compensate. 10 meters and close. Too fast. Slow it down for Christ's sakes. I'm trying. Something's inhibiting the left retro. Airlock door's open. I'm kicking some tech ass if they messed with the retro system. What in the hell? It's impossible. That's total vacuum. And it's alive. This is probe ship Dutton. We pulled something in from, maybe it's some kind of parasite, or... That's no parasite. Oh my god, it's going to...
I knew it was only a matter of time before it happened. That's why the Marines never kicked me out of the Corps. They knew it too. I saw a guy tear a suit once. He had time for one scream, and his blood began to boil. All things considered, those boys in the Coast Guard ship were lucky. Probe ships weren't designed to withstand hull breach. The alien was clever, but not that clever. The ship exploded, taking the alien son of a bitch with it. But proof of the one meant there were more. What was that old phrase? Where there's smoke, there's fire? Yeah. Fire's a hell. Excerpts from the book The Evolution of Television by Emmett Webster, DH Press, 2057. Commercial television, as it was known in the 1980s and 1990s, disappeared with the application of superconductive transmission technology to the then-existent television cable systems. You're late. Get off my back, Salvaje. You're lucky I'm here at all. Between this shit and my day job, it's lucky I find time to sleep. The cause is far more important than your sleep. Yeah, that's what they all say. With systems offering 500, then 1,000, and eventually 5,000 channels, it became economically infeasible for advisors to support mainstream dramatic programming. Soon, instead of hundreds and thousands of viewers, audience shares were calculated in the tens. With the dissolution of the FCC, cable access was open to all persuasions. In a resurgence similar to that seen during the mid-1980s, religious programming became a television staple, outnumbering non-doctrinal programs nearly 100 to 1. Geez, this thing's an antique. It must weigh 2 or 3 pounds. Be careful. It took months to locate. I'll set it on a medium shot. You win the backdrop. Pretty dull stuff compared to the sound massage and subliminals your competition's been using. The truth of my message will shine like a beacon. The others are pretenders. I preach the gospel of the true Messiah. It's your money. Get ready. I should have you on in a couple minutes. With so many programs to choose from, viewer perceptions changed. Much as the fast-cut visual styles of the 90s were defined by 5, then 2-second commercials, the style of mid-century program was changed with the introduction of the retinal switch, or iBox. I know there are others with the vision, others who have heard the call these past few months. The iBox was designed to detect minute changes in the capillaries of the retina, initiating random changes based on involuntary blood pressure fluctuations. To hold audiences, Programmers were forced to devise new styles of programming that would not trip the iBox switcher. It's okay, Doc. I hooked a guy up last week who said that the Messiah was playing third base for the Osaka Pistons. Doesn't matter to me. But if that thing's God, give me that old-time religion. Hi, Newt. Check out Dee Dee. She's averaging 50 switches a... Hey! Great. Can't even walk straight.
I want you to join our...
Dr. Hill's got you blued again, doesn't he? That's the treatment, isn't it? Bad dreams? Sedatives. Can't eat? Sedatives. Talk out of turn? Sedatives.
compassion and love and...
You have to be strong, Newt. In a couple of months, you'll get your hearing and I'll never make it. Everything's slipping away. Memory control. Can't even walk.
Get your attention. For the new world of...
The doctors can't figure me out. I didn't do anything. I just don't get along. Is that crazy? Newt, they're gonna hear. I didn't ask to be born out there. Nobody warned me about the risks.
The Church of the Immaculate Incubation.
You can't get it out of me with drugs. I saw them tear my mother apart like a doll. And they're still out there.
Seeks the ultimate communion with the true.
Freeze it. There. What was that old slogan? The Marines want to make a few good men? I really believed that kind of shit when I signed on. That was before REM. Before I came home. I hadn't been off base in years. Didn't take long to remember why. Lance Corporal Hicks to see Colonel Stevens. Oh, I'm sorry. They're expecting you. I heard about Stevens. Special projects man. He had zip combat experience, but fancied himself a real warrior. Easy to do in peacetime. Corporal Hicks? I'm glad you could make it down. At ease. He kept his hands behind his back, afraid to touch me. I take it you've seen the disc on the Dutton? Yes, sir. Then you know. I understand you have some experience in these matters. Doctor, please, let me handle this. Well, is it true? Yes, sir. You could say that. I was part of a detachment sent to investigate loss of contact with a terraformer colony on the planet Rem. Command suspected there was an alien presence involved. The colony had been ransacked. We found a single survivor, a young girl named Newt. The rest of the colonists were dead. Before the squad could effect dust-off, we were forced to engage the alien enemy in close quarters. Other than myself, a civilian woman, and the young girl, no one from the mission survived. Survival is such a relative term, Corporal Hicks. I've been reading your file. You had a sterling record prior to the REM mission. Since your release from medical, this seems to have changed. Sir, I wasn't aware that my record was subject to this disillusion. Colonel, please, may I have a few moments with the corporal, alone? Much better. I feel stifled by military ignorance, don't you? Look, whatever your name is, you want to talk about those alien bastards? Fine, but I don't see how my record is pertinent to. My name is Arona, and it's entirely pertinent. Perhaps a review is in order. In the course of your mission to REM, you suffered severe acid burns. Deep and quite disfiguring. Once back on Earth, you spent several months in quarantine waiting to be cleared into general populace. There was considerable concern over the infectious nature of the alien spore. According to the hospital reports, you didn't have a single visitor during the entire period. When you were finally reinstated to active duty, there seems to have been problems in readjusting to military life. Former comrades, fearful you might somehow be infectious from the alien blood, avoided contact. Your later record is painfully repetitive. Drunk and disorderly, brawling, public intoxication. Really quite disappointing. Oh God, no! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! I'm a geneticist, Corporal. It doesn't require a psychologist to see a pattern in this self-destructive behavior. All of it stemming from the REM mission. What the hell do you want from me? Before them Coast Guard fools destroyed themselves, they managed to transmit the databanks from the derelict to our ground station. We have the entire inboard history, including course trajectories. You seek redemption. I seek specimens.